I actually took my salesman that was training me tie and just pulled it off because there was a clip on it. I decided I want to work in a new car dealership. I mean, I've worked in every realm of car sales in my life, but I've never worked in a new dealership, so I was intrigued by it. I went out and I got a job at a new Ford dealership, and working in Ford, it was so funny. It was a medium-sized dealership, so it wasn't a real high-volume dealer, but what was really funny is their best salesman is the story they told me about him. Our best salesman sells 9 cars a month. And I'm thinking to myself, man, that don't sound like a lot. There's 30 days in a month, and you sold 9 cars. And you're talking to a guy that was selling 9 cars a week on eBay, And I mean, it's just like, that was a slow week for me. So, he walks me around, introduces me to everybody. And, this is coming off my eBay fiasco. And it's a small southern dealership, and you walk in, and I'm dressed like a preacher, I got my suit on and a gold ring on every finger and 2 cell phones and like a drug dealing golfer that preaches on the side. And next thing you know, I'm talking to this sales manager with his wrinkled golf shirt and his, kind of dirty khaki pants, and he was talking to me about selling cars. And I'm like, okay. And he said, I want to introduce you to our salesman, Mr. 9 cars a month. And this guy comes in and it looks like he was just poured out. And I'm just like, hair kind of like he just woke up, still kind of asleep. And I'll show you the ropes. And he showed me, the process and how they do the paperwork. And I'll never forget, I was sitting at the desk and I took every paper that they had and I stapled them in order. So that way I could just flip and fill them out. Your customer survey, AKA credit app, and sheets like that, and just going through and whatnot, trade-in sheets and whatnot. And, he showed me a 4-square like I'd never seen one before. And, I can rock a 4-square upside down better than I can looking at it right side up. It was so funny, but, I just kind of kept my mouth quiet about everything. He said, have you sold cars long? And I'm like, no, just getting into it. Just got to play dumb with it, let him do his thing. And, and he walked me around the car a lot and he showed me where the keys were and this is what you do on a test drive. And he took me on their test drive route. And next thing you know, he showed me what they do the rest of the time. They sip on coffee and smoke cigarettes and wait for people to come in. And I had that down already. Well, he had to leave early that day. So he left and I'm just kind of standing around twiddling my thumbs, first day at work. Didn't really have any friends there. What do? Well, lo and behold, a gold F-150 pulls into the dealership. And, I learned how to read people over the years. And it's something I picked up really early. This man gets out in a gold F-150 XLT truck and, and I come walking up and the first thing I noticed was his boots. He had these really nice, like cowboy boots on, not work boots, And you can tell a lot about a person. A man buys a $600 pair of boots, he's probably doing okay. And doing better than this salesman was at the time. I got out and introduced myself to him. And he said, my name is Gary. I said, hey, Gary, my name is Rob Pitts, and it's nice to meet you. I said, you looking at an F-150? He said, yeah, I am. He said, I'm thinking about getting me a new one. He said, I love these King Ranch trucks. Well, we had a black one sitting on the front line standing tall. I said, well, we got you ready to go. He said, I won't own a black truck. He said, I can't. He said, I like it, but I don't want a black truck. I want a white King Ranch. I said, well, tell you what, let's just drive this black one, and then we'll find you a white one on locator or something like that. He was down, so we went for a ride. We got to riding around, and, I've never been one to follow the rules, so test drive route was out the window. We were just riding around. Gary, what do you do for a living? He said, I own a construction company. And we got talking about that a little bit, and we rode around to some of his sites. Well, Gary was building skyscrapers. I think Gary could swing an F-150. I didn't have to fill out a credit app to figure that out. I kind of kept that information in the back of my mind, didn't think much about it. And we're riding around and talking and laughing. He said, so Rob, he said, what do you do? And I told him, I said, well, I'm a stand-up comedian. He said, really? I said, yeah, I've been telling jokes for quite a while now. He said, tell me a joke. I said, build me a house. He said, I guess I put you on the spot. And I said, just a little bit. But, we laughed and got going down the road. And next thing you know, they were building a new pharmacy right on the corner. I said, whip in there. He pulls in there and he pulls that truck around that perfect 3/4 angle. I couldn't ask for him to park it any better. The white lines in the parking lot, brand new white lines, just shining against the black paint. He gets out and shuts the doors. And I said, will you look at that? There's nothing prettier than a black vehicle when it's clean, though. That is a gorgeous truck. He said, it's absolutely beautiful. I said, that right there's worth taking a picture of. Right, that's perfect. So that was like something out of a sales brochure. He said, it is beautiful. It is a beautiful truck. I said, let's go find you a white one. So we get back to the dealership and we're walking to the office, and I told him, I said, Gary, I said, I tell you what, I can find you a white truck. And I said, it might be a week or two before we even get one, but we can get you a white one. Or we can put you in this black one today and probably do you a lot better. He said, you know what? Let's see what we can do on this black truck. I'm like, all right. So I went to see my sales manager. We put a little deal together right quick. Gary was easy to deal with. He was happy with the number. He bought a black truck. He said, congratulations, son. I walked in here today saying I wouldn't own a black truck, and I just bought a black truck. And while we were riding around, he was actually talking about construction stuff and some of the trucks that he had problems with. But before that, he said, I need to call my wife and get some of the stuff out of my truck he was trading in. That's fine. So his wife comes pulling up in a similar year gold Explorer. She gets in, she jokes around. She said, we always have matching cars, Gary. So I sold his wife a brand new black Eddie Bauer Explorer that day. Now keep in mind, their best salesman sold 9 cars in a month. I'm at 2 in my first hour and a half there. So, Gary got talking, and he said, I bought a fleet of 6 Dodge trucks, half-ton, V6, just work trucks. And he said, these trucks, he said, we've had them for a couple years, and he said, I'm just not happy with them. He said, they look like hell. They just, my guys are a little rough on them. I said, have you seen the F-150 V6s? And at the time, we were selling like V6 base model F-150 trucks for like 19 and some change out the door. He's thinking about it, and he's like, what could you do trade in on those Dodges? So after his wife got all his stuff out, we took his new black F-150 and we rode out and we started looking at these Dodge trucks. I called the used car manager, we put a deal together. He bought every XL F-150 we had. He bought all 5 of them that day. And then his son came in the next day and actually bought him a brand new truck also. In selling cars, they want to cut your tie. And I actually took my salesman that was training me's tie and just pulled it off because there was a clip on it. It bugged me. So I actually kept that. And I still have that tie to this day. But the funniest thing ever, our dealership was owned by an ex-boxer. And this dude, he's big, muscly guy. He's an older guy. And he's been hit so many times in the head. Like his speech is slurred. Like the cauliflower ear, the whole shooting match. And he comes in, the dry erase board with all the lines. And, it's got the name. So it's got the name of the salesman, name of the man buying it, the unit he bought, and his trade-in. Well, my name's down there 8 times. Who's this Rabbit guy? I wrote my name so fast on the dry erase board, Robert looked like Rabbit to him. And I don't know who he is, but he sells a lot of cars. And he said, that's just one day? You didn't wipe this thing off the other day? And never met the man before in my life till then. And it was so funny, my very next day, they gave me my own little glass office. They had on the window, Rabbit Pits. And to this day, the owner and his son still call me Rabbit. And that was the best first day ever selling cars.